What's up, Muscle and Strength? This is IFBB Pro Iain Valliere, and this is Table Talks. I was always like a stronger, more athletic guy. I mean, like always growing up, you know, I mean, I think I was always one of the stronger kids. I was one of the faster kids. Really, I started running track, you know, pretty young. I mean, that was really the first thing I got into. I never really did much in terms of team sports. You know, I dabbled in football a little bit as I got older. But I mean, the individual like sports, you know, like bodybuilding is to me now, and I mean, like track and field was then, has really always been something that I've enjoyed and excelled a little more. And I think when I kind of have more control over the circumstances, right? I mean, like, you know, as much as you can control what you're doing in a football game, I mean, if the rest of your team is playing like shit, like you're gonna do shit. I don't ever have to worry about that in bodybuilding. If I eat my meals every day and I train as hard as I can every day, that's kind of really where it is, right? I mean, so you kind of control your own destiny in terms of, you know, the outcome in bodybuilding. About 250 a week. No, I spent 180 a week on meat because I get a good deal on that meat. So I spend 180 on meat, and that's for 10 kilos of chicken, 3.5 kilos of flank steak. Oh, but then that's not including my salmon because I buy that separately. So then I spend about $50 to $60 a week on salmon. So that we're like 240 plus then any vegetables or eggs or rice. So yeah, probably like 275 to 300 a week on groceries. Yeah. Yeah, I was arm wrestling Devin Laird. He's like one of the best arm wrestlers of all time. I mean, I didn't know who he was when I arm wrestled him. I mean, now he's probably one of the most popular arm wrestlers, like really has, you know, built up the sport of arm wrestling more than anyone on the planet. But I mean, this is 2012, and it was a local arm wrestling competition here in Ottawa. It literally sounded like a gun went off. It was so loud. Like think of a gun shooting in your face. Like it was actually that loud. Because I mean, you're thinking of all the pressure that I can generate plus he can generate, and then just the weakest link just exploding. So it was literally just like, it was like that's what it sounded like. It was like that loud. And my arm was like this, and then my knuckles hit the table out here. You know, if I was craving something, you know, I would probably go for the Doritos. You know, chips, not chips as a whole, just Doritos though. Like I mean, I like those crispy mini chip things too. Those are pretty good. I just like cheesy chips. If I was gonna go out and like eat something, I mean, I don't mind sushi. Like I like sushi, but like if I was like off season, you know, the world is my oyster. It's not gonna be like my go-to. That would be like, you know, if you're gonna have a cheat meal during prep, not that I get those, but if I was going to get one, that would probably be where we'd go. But like I talked earlier, like I really like good seafood. So I mean, like if I was gonna go, I'd want to have like nice lobster and butter and, you know, crab legs or something like that. I really like a lot. You know, that's something that I'd really go to. Or I mean, you can't like any bodybuilder. I mean, going to just like good old McDonald's is like pretty much as good as it gets, you know. It's like anything over time, right? Like, I mean, you know, no matter how much you love your job, you know, when you do it every day, all the time, you know, it starts to lose its like pizzazz a little bit. You know, there's things about it I love. I love training. You know, I love, you know, seeing, you know, challenging myself and seeing the progress I can make on a daily basis. You know, I don't like being like a slave to food, you know, because no matter what, you're always a slave to the food. You know, your day revolves around the food. You know, no matter what you're doing, you always got to make sure you're prepared with the food, or you got to bring the food with you, or you got to, you know, whenever it's time to eat, you have to be ready. So it's like you're at its mercy. That's what makes you good at bodybuilding. It's like doing the same thing day in and day out as well as possible. You know, that's really what it comes down to.